Hello, welcome back to my space. I hope you are doing well. So first of all, regarding the video about my own experience, I posted it, so it is there. You might not have seen it, so this is why I'm telling you. On the thumbnail, there still is tarot cards, right? But with the title, you will immediately know that this is the video, right? The title is speaking by itself. So as you can see, I opened a few cards. So it kind of feels here that we are talking about someone who was trying to push you in some kind of way, maybe baiting you, maybe rage baiting you, maybe trying to create coming from you some kind of reaction. What I feel here truly with those cards, we will go over the cards and we will get deeper into it. It is that we are talking here about someone who needed, in order to protect themselves, they needed to have some kind of way to put pressure on you. So there is here the element of shame. It's in reverse. This is in the path, shift, and the change. So they didn't succeed to create something or make you react in such a way that they would be able to have some kind of control over you, because you would have been shamed. The moment that I saw this card of shame, it made me think obviously about ego-driven people, right? It's not only ego-driven people, but shame is a very, very strong energy, and many people, what they are the most afraid of, it is shame, the feeling of shame, right? And so here I kind of feel that this is what we are talking about. Someone for who what other people think of them is very, very important, right? And so they thought that if they could find some kind of way to have something about you that you would be ashamed of, they would be able to have control over a situation. This is what I feel here. In the driving energy, what we have, it is a necessary ending that is in reverse, right? So they absolutely needed some kind of element in order to create this ending. This was essential. This was their driving energy. They needed something in order to end a situation. And we know here that they were desperate, right? This is the main subject. They were desperate and they thought that they were playing safe, right? So I feel here a whole strategy in order for them to maintain some kind of control. So we have here in the second place, which is the place of other people, good vibes in reverse. So are we talking about them trying to create for you an environment where all you would be dealing with, it is bad vibes? Are they now dealing with bad vibes from their environment? Obviously, we will get deeper into all of that and get a little bit more information. And here, in what is hidden, it is irresponsible. So I kind of feel that they are totally irresponsible, and they might not see this about themselves, right? They might think, if they're in their own way of thinking and the way that they are building their own narrative, that they are playing safe, right? They might not be able to accept the fact that in fact they are looking at the reality from this place where they are desperate. I truly feel here that we are talking about someone who is driven by shame, what other people think about them, being afraid of being exposed. But you know what's always so shocking to me? It is that very often people who are driven by shame, they are not having a life in which they can be proud of themselves, because what I feel here, it is truly that a person has created some kind of situation in order to have some kind of something to hold you by the balls, right? Without realizing that what they were doing, in fact, was shameful towards them. Like they were dedicated in obtaining some kind of result, and in order to have this result, they used every kind of means possible. Right? This is what I feel here. Okay, so we will get a little bit deeper into all of that. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. If I am talking about masculines or feminines with, for example, gender-related cards, right? We are not talking about the gender, we are talking about the energy of the card. So please apply it however it applies in your story, and this reading can be past, present, or future according to your own timeline. So let's see here what we are getting for desperate and playing safe. Wow, did you see here how this card turned immediately? The Queen of Cups, the Two of Swords in reverse, the Fool in reverse. Kind of feel that this person, yeah, there is here something that's they were afraid that you would do, because there is something here that you could see about them. The Queen of Cups here is emotionally stable, very observant, very good pattern recognition, very intuitive. So yes, we are talking here about you might be very sensitive, operating from your heart space, all those kind of things, but at the same time we have a queen here, right? So it's not your first rodeo, right? You might be very observant, right? So you might have a very, very good pattern recognition, understanding people's psychology. Yeah. Okay, so you might have even said something about their reckless behavior. Yeah, I kind of feel that this is what we are talking about. Anything else here about this main subject? Desperate, playing safe? Yeah, the Emperor in reverse. They are not just reckless. They are not just reckless. They are domineering, manipulative, controlling. Yeah, I feel control here. This is what I feel with all of this, right? And we have here this element of what I explained to you about shame. With the Emperor in reverse, we might be talking about, for example, a grandiose narcissist or a covert narcissist. It doesn't matter. It's still a narcissist. So their image is very, very important. They need to feel that they have the power. We might also be talking here about someone who's abusing their power, right? With the Emperor in reverse, we have all the kings in reverse, right? So controlling, manipulative, ruthless, unethical, dishonest, maybe greedy. Yeah. So I kind of feel that what is going on here, it is that they were afraid of you being seen for who you are, because you could see things about them that made them uncomfortable, right? Okay. Let's see what we have in the good vibes in reverse, other people. You see how this card turned. Five of Swords in reverse. It was clearly in the upright and it turned. So this is important. They might want to compromise because they don't know what to do now. The Page of Cups in reverse. Emotional immaturity. Acting recklessly. 2. Good vibes in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. The Choices in reverse. Making bad choices. Okay, listen, the main card here, right? We are with the Five of Swords in reverse. So they wanted to win at all costs. Lying, manipulating, being very cold, even cruel, right? They don't care. They just want to win, right? It's a kind of person that you don't want to get into any kind of discussion with you, right? Because you cannot have any kind of honest, healthy conversation. Somebody who wants to win. This is what they want. The Emperor in reverse. This is what they want. They want to win. I truly feel that they felt threatened by who you are. And we are talking, yes, about the fact that you are kind, truly, but at the same time, I feel that the Queen of Cups is important here. The Queen. You are not a page. You are not just plainly emotional, right? I kind of feel that they didn't expect you to see them so clearly. And I kind of feel that they felt threatened because you see them for who they are. Somebody reckless, somebody controlling, manipulative, domineering, selfish, trying to empower other people. Yeah, and I feel here now that I feel that they try to put maybe some kind of pressure on you, right, in order to create this necessary ending, which is in reverse, right? This is the driving energy. They didn't succeed to do it. So I kind of feel that they started by trying to weaken you, make you doubt of yourself. We are talking here gaslighting, projections, trying to put you in some kind of mental prison, mental fog, all those kind of things. Didn't work, so what they are doing, right, they are trying to control their victim. When this is not working, then, because this is somebody very thirsty of control, so they are trying to control the environment here, right? So, the Five of Swords in reverse here is very important, right? Because this means that they lost the battle. They lost the battle. They are seen as somebody extremely immature and someone who is making choices totally out of alignment, right? They don't care. They just do what they feel that they need to do. They don't care about other people. They don't care about the hurt. They are not thinking even about the consequences of what they're doing. I see truly someone, you know, just I see the Knight of Wands in reverse, you know, somebody just like a bull, you know, the bull seeing red and just going. Yeah, and they are extremely immature. Okay. Let's see if I get anything else here for the good vibes in reverse. So I feel here exposure. This is what I feel. Tell me the good vibes in reverse. Look how this card came out. Right? Okay, so the problem here, it is you being innocent. You are innocent, you are loving, you are caring, right? Yeah, the issue that they have truly, it is that they have created a narrative in which you are not a Queen of Cups, that you may be fake, right? This is what they try to create, but it doesn't work. With this Five of Swords here in reverse, we might also be talking about them wanting to somehow compromise. So we can be talking here about apologizing, right? I kind of feel that you don't truly care about their apology, right? Because I kind of feel that you know who they are. But it might also be that I also feel that you don't trust them anyway, right? You don't trust them. You know that they are manipulators. Yeah, you don't feel safe with them at all. But this is truly the issue, right? Because they lost. They are seen for who they are, and you are seen as pure and innocent. And this is what they wanted to hide, right? We are truly talking here about someone who feels threatened by what you know about them. They are trying to avoid feeling shame. This is what's going on. Necessary ending in reverse, in the driving energy. The Knight of Swords in reverse. The smear campaign. Yes, this is exactly what I told you. That they started to try to control how the environment saw you, because they didn't succeed to control you. Tell me something more here. Yeah, they cannot defend themselves here. We have 2-7. I just want to check if you can see all the cards. Kind of. This is the Queen of Cups, right? I showed you the cards. Should I take it a little bit further? 1 second, I'm moving the camera a little bit. Okay, turning the camera a little bit. Okay. So, kind of feel that things don't add up, right? Whatever they are saying, whatever, kind of feel that there are people here that are observing the situation. You might also have needed to be extremely patient. You might still be in this energy that you might be waiting for something, right? Which is totally legitimate, right? If you want the truth to come out. But I hope that you are not just waiting, right? That yes, you might be waiting for something, but at the same time that you also release it, you give it to the universe, right? So now if you are in a situation where you are waiting for some kind of outcome, it's different, right? But if not, if you are just waiting for divine justice, so we also have to give it to the divine, right? Releasing the control. So, yeah. Okay. They cannot defend themselves. Mainly, they cannot defend themselves, right? Tell me. The Sun. The truth is being seen here. The truth is being seen. So it's exactly what I told you before, right? I feel that they truly needed something in order to hold you by the balls. This is what they needed. Maybe for you to end yourself even, right? I truly feel here the darkness against the light, right? They felt threatened by your light because your light illuminated their shadows, and so they needed to destroy the mirror that you were reflecting on them, but this mirror, it's just them. So instead of changing themselves to change the image in the mirror, they wanted to destroy the mirror. Okay. Let's see here what we are getting for the irresponsible. So this is in what is hidden. It's also in the foundation and the stability. So yeah, there is no foundation and there is no stability when we have the irresponsible here in this place. Okay. It's interesting. It's written, dreading the responsibilities that come with achievement is sabotaging your progress. Confront your fear. Confront your fear. This is what they didn't want to do, right? The fear of their own mirror. Tell me the irresponsible. Yeah, the truth. Yeah, but you see, we are truly talking here about shame. They are afraid of the truth. Other people, how other people will judge them. This is their problem. You understand? This is why they were so determined to try to put you in a situation where you would be ashamed, because they thought that if they succeeded to do that, then they would have some kind of way to control you, right? So they needed you, in fact, to act in some kind of reckless behavior, right? Yeah, they are afraid of other people. They are afraid of their image. This is what they are afraid of. Yeah, they are restless. They are totally restless. But they are not stopping for a moment in order to think clearly. They are not. They are just running. You know, this is the thing that is so ridiculous with those emperor in reverse, right? Because they present themselves as being so strong, and I'm a leader, and I am this, and I am that, when in fact, they are just totally immature, right? So the gap between who they truly are and what they present themselves to be is so huge. It's so huge. Instead of putting their energy into growing, understanding, reflecting, it's not what they are doing. They are obsessed by their image. They are obsessed by what other people think about them. Okay. Anything else here about this irresponsible? Tell me. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, they are afraid of people judging them. Yeah. This is what they're afraid of. But they do everything in order to be judged. I'm sorry. Change your behavior. No, you cannot see it here. Yeah. They just make it worse, you understand? We have the Queen of Swords here. We have the Knight of Swords here. The smear campaign. So they are creating lies about you for people to judge you. So they are doing to you what they think is the worst thing that can happen to them. This is what they are doing. Yeah, they are afraid of people judging them, being critical of them. This is what it is. Except that they are creating a situation here, just seeing one thing, a goal that they want to reach, except that it might not be something that you operate on. If you are at peace with yourself, then shame won't work. It won't work, right? But because it works on them, this is what they are trying to bring into your life. Yeah, they are stupid. You understand? This is total lack of awareness. Total lack of awareness. Okay, let's see here the shame in reverse. This is the path shift. So they didn't succeed to shame you. Yeah, and so they didn't succeed. We have what happened also, right? So they didn't succeed to shame you, so I kind of feel that they tried to attack your abundance, right? They wanted you to feel totally rejected. This is what they wanted, right? Queen of Pentacles in reverse, being dependent on them. Yeah, they truly try to maintain some kind of control. This is what they were trying to do, right? But here we have the Temperance in reverse. I feel that there is truly here some kind of, they didn't succeed to do what they wanted, right? They didn't. Whatever they were planning to do and create, alchemizing a situation, they didn't succeed to do it. And I truly feel here the backfiring energy, because we had the good vibes here, right? In the place of other people. And the cards that we had, it is they lost their battle. They are seen as immature. They are seen as somebody making the worst choices possible, while you are seen as pure and innocent. Yeah. So they try to attack your reputation, and they were trying also to attack your ability to survive financially, right? They needed you to be dependent on them. Yeah, we are talking about a tyrant here. Yeah, because they didn't succeed to shame you. Tell me? The shame in reverse, anything else? They totally lost control over the situation. They wanted you to lose control, right? But you didn't. Queen of Cups. It's their situation. I kind of feel that you could truly see what they were trying to do with other people here. You could see that they were absolutely restless in what they were doing. The Sun, the King of Swords. Yeah, and I truly also feel that they couldn't bring you to shame because you are not acting out of lack of morality, lack of integrity, all those kind of things, right? Okay, let's go to closure here. Let's go to closure. Yeah, they didn't succeed to manifest what they wanted. They might still be trying here to manipulate the situation. Yeah, they're totally unstable. They are totally unstable. Holding on to something, trying to avoid what's coming to them. Holding on to the lies, refusing to see the truth. And they think that this is the best strategy that they can use, right? When in fact, here is our Knight of Wands in reverse. It's totally ridiculous, right? It's a reckless behavior. They are just, you know, continuing to run in a direction. You know, I have the image in front of me that we have, let's say, someone that needs to be convicted for something, right? And so they are on foot, right? And they are trying to run, and they are surrounded by investigators, policemen, right? They are armed. Some are on foot. Some are in cars, and they are just running and running and running and running, thinking that they also don't know how to run quick, right? And they think that running will help them, right? It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, but I kind of feel that this is the only thing that they can do. Yeah, because people see them now for who they are. People are distancing themselves. Look. They lost their happily ever after. They might have lost a lot of money. They might have lost their name, their status, their reputation. Yeah, because you are seen here as someone who's speaking the truth. Yeah, somebody very, very strong. Look. Look. The Hermit, the Queen of Wands, and the High Priestess, having the High Priestess and the Hermit so close, right? We are talking here about wisdom, about understanding. With the High Priestess, a very high level of understanding. And you might not speak a lot. There is here also something very humble with those cards, right? And maybe because of those two cards, because this humility, they might not have seen the Queen of Wands that is here. You are guided by your own soul. You are taking your decisions freely. There is some kind of element here of independence, of being the goat, right? So you are responsible of who you are. So the shame here, it doesn't apply to you, because you are always checking with yourself before doing whatever you are doing. And even if there are some things that you might be shameful of, chances are that those are minimum things that other people might be doing every day without being shameful about it, right? Yeah, you are very responsible in your actions because you are counting on yourself and only on yourself. Yeah, toxic environment, the Three of Cups in reverse. So you put a total... You didn't eat up their narrative. You didn't. I kind of feel that you could feel the narrative and you let it behind, right? This is what I feel. Yeah, they lost. They lost and just made their situation worse. What can I tell you? Listen, I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful, insightful, maybe healing, if not, at least entertaining, right? Sending you a lot of love and a lot of good vibes. I'll see you in the comments. Till very, very soon. Bye.